First stock market question. Buy or sell, Drew Allar will be one of the top 3 QBs taken in this draft, courtesy of Chromie.
Let's see. Let me pull up the PFF.
Drew Allar would be top 3 quarterbacks?
One of the first 3
Yes.
quarterbacks off the board.
I'm buying
Sure.
all of my money.
I'll also buy. Once again, he just has the physical profile that scouts love. We've talked about it time and time again on this show. PFF has him as QB 8 currently on their big board, but
That's insane.
that's where they have him.
I will sell that. Fernando Mendoza, I think, has been very impressive this year with his statistical output. He's also 6'5", 225, so he's built. Lenore Sellers is going to be taken ahead of Drew Allar. Dante Moore, if he decides that he has a fantastic season and feels like he could be a high first-round pick, he could go out. John Mateer was the Heisman favorite before his wrist injury. That's still TBD. Garrett Nussmeier, if he has a better back half of the season or if he recovers from injury and improves. Sam Levitt, if he improves and kind of gets back to where he finished out last year. All these guys, there's too many guys that I think could very easily end up ahead. Carson Beck, too many guys I think that could end up ahead of Allar for me to buy. So I'm going to sell that.
I just think you said a lot of ifs there, and I don't think Drew Allar is an if. I think we already know what Drew Allar is, and
There's an if he works in the NFL.
Let me get it out here early. I don't know if Drew Allar is going to be elite in the NFL.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think he has all of the traits to be.
And that's Andy McBride is saying he is Will Levis in the chat. Being Will Levis in college gets you drafted pretty high.
Yes.
Because the physical traits are there, and NFL scouts just love that. Because if you draft a Dylan Gabriel, there's a reason Dylan Gabriel went in the 3rd round, even though he was very productive and very good in college because the traits aren't there. So I'll buy that one.
You're going to buy the top 3?
Yes.
So I'm the one who sold. Cool.
If you're starting your team over today, Dan Lanning is the second coach you want. Buy or sell?
Behind Kirby Smart.
Behind Kirby Smart. Well, I mean, you could make it someone else if you want. I think the logical option is Kirby Smart.
Yeah. The recruiting, I mean, he does benefit. Maybe some of it comes down to where you are, because if you're at a program where you don't have money, maybe you try and get a personality guy.
I don't think it's where he's at. I think it's that Nike is Oregon.
That's
Yeah. But he's in a spot where he gets a ton of money for
I
recruiting.
guess you weren't saying geographical.
no.
location.
I was
Okay.
saying
I thought you were saying geographical
no.
location.
I'm saying the school he is at. If he's
Yeah.
not at a school that's backed by that much money, maybe you need to go get a guy who does more with less. But if you're starting a school that has average to above average NIL, then I think that Lanning could be the guy. I think a lot of it is situational though, because we haven't seen Lanning. Where was he? I don't know where he was before Oregon.
DC at Georgia.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know that we've seen him.
Hadn't been a head coach.
Yeah.
I mean,
But what he's done with what he has available is incredible. He just has probably the most NIL in the country available to him.
I think in this exercise, though, if I'm kind of building my ideal team, so I'm probably going to have pretty good resources.
Then yes.
Pretty good.
He's the second guy.
If I don't have resources, then
You're screwed regardless, actually.
no. I'm
Who you taking then? If you don't have resources.
Kalen DeBoer.
Okay.
Because he's won everywhere.
Sure.
I take someone
Valid.
who's just won everywhere. So Kalen DeBoer would be my pick if I didn't have resources. But if I have resources, yes, I would take Dan Lanning.
I'm going to buy this as well.
Put me down as a sell, though.
Okay.
Because of that.
Next one. Oregon is on track to be the next Bama over Georgia.
Oh, you went out of order again. That's so confusing.
Dude, I'll stop doing that. I forget you take him. You
Okay, so
take him note.
So this is not. Okay, Aller will be the one, and I sold.
Double buy with you sell.
Wait, one of the 4 or one of the 3?
3. I changed it to 3
Okay.
because I was on the fence, and then in my opinion, 4 was too generous. Though people would, I guess, disagree.
Okay.
But
So you bought or sold?
I bought.
Bought, and then JP also bought, and then I sold. And then the other one, right here. You bought,
Yes.
and JP sold, and I bought.
Yes.
Okay, now you can continue, and I'll just whatever
Okay.
one you do, I'll just find it.
Oregon is on track to be the next Bama over Georgia. Has been a bit of discourse I saw on Twitter last night, early today, and so I figured I'd bring it to the show. I can lead off. I'm going to sell because as good as Oregon's looked and as impressive Oregon's looked, they don't have a natty yet, and like that's kind of what Bama did is win natties.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give them that over Georgia at this point.
Yeah, they would have to win on the stage, I think, for that to be the case. And Dan Lanning is like 500, give or take, in his big games. And Bama was like
900.
Yeah, 900.
Yeah.
Georgia, at least for the most part, has been, if they're not playing Bama, they have been 900.
They're not playing Bama. They're like 1,000.
They lost to Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I would sell as well. I don't think I think it's a little bit too early for that.
They win a natty this year. We could potentially revisit.
Yeah,
but
I don't even-
they're far off of that.
Yeah, I didn't even know if I could. Even then, they've only been good or elite for 2 years.
Yeah,
maybe 3.
It also just depends on though, like if Georgia loses first round of the playoffs again, it's another semi-early exit for Georgia. And I know that's insane to say, but like to be the next Bama under
Yeah.
Saban, like you got to be just insanely dominant. So, but it's an easy sell right now.
Yeah, I'm also gonna sell. You sold, JP?
Yes.
All right, next buy or sell. UVA will make the ACC championship game.
What is UVA's? I'm pulling up.
Currently,
UVA's
already have an
schedule.
ACC loss. In my opinion, their two hardest games left are at Duke and at Louisville.
Competition is Miami, Florida State,
Yes.
Georgia Tech.
They have the head-to-head over Florida State. Georgia Tech not losing to Wake Forest hurts
Yeah.
because you got to think Miami is going to be there. Because even if Miami loses, it's really hard to see Miami losing 2 conference games. Kind of let alone 1 at this point, but it's
Yeah.
college football, so they could lose 1. So it really is just like, do you think they can really go undefeated the rest of the stretch, like the rest of the season, and
then
assume
hope
Georgia
Georgia
Tech
Tech's
loses
gotta
the game?
lose one.
Yes.
And then who would have what would the tiebreaker come down to? Mutual common opponents?
I don't know. I'm selling. They're 6.5 point dogs at Louisville this weekend.
Sure.
They have to take a trip to Cal. They have to play at Duke. So I don't think they get through the entire thing undefeated. I think there'll be 2 loss, potentially 3 loss.
Yeah.
I don't see it
Yeah,
right now.
the 3 hardest opponents left on their schedule, Louisville, Cal, and Duke, are all on the road. So
Yeah.
I think they'll drop at least one of those, so I will also sell.
I'm going to sell 2. I really, really wish they hadn't lost the NC State game. It's kind of already haunting them because I would buy if they were undefeated through this point, but I'm going to sell because as much as I like them, they're not good enough to make it through the rest of the stretch unscathed. Alabama will make the SEC championship, buy or sell. They just had a big win against Georgia. They do have a loss, but it's not in conference.
SEC standings right now, Ole Miss is at the top, 3-0. Then you
Yep.
got a bunch of 1-0 teams. Wow. I'm gonna sell.
Okay.
I still don't like the
And
fact
who
that
do you have making the SEC championship?
Ole Miss,
Okay.
and then
Oh, wow.
probably. Well, okay, sorry. I think Ole Miss. There are a lot of teams that I would pick to make it over Alabama. Ole Miss would be one of them.
Okay.
Missouri. I don't know Missouri's schedule off the top of my head. I don't like the fact that Alabama still has to play so many like true dual threat quarterbacks, which is something that we've seen them struggle with. They handled Gunnar Stockton, but I still have concerns about Alabama's defense because they looked great in stretches last year and then would drop eggs.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
there are
I
teams,
think the book's still out on them as a road team.
yeah, and they're still got like tough road matchups.
They're
they
at
have to go to
Oklahoma.
Auburn, and
Or
while
they
Jackson,
host Oklahoma.
No.
They're at the Cocktober, the Iron Bowl,
yeah,
and then they're at Missouri.
and Jackson Arnold cannot throw, but he can still run, and that's
He
what's-
cannot run. He cannot run. I'm gonna say that I've watched him multiple weeks. He physically can run, but he doesn't have the vision to like pick the lanes out of the pocket and get out. I'm not scared of that.
They're
that
not
roadie.
losing the Iron Bowl.
Okay.
Sorry to come off so strong. It's just something that
No,
I've
you
been
good.
really passionate about because he did run all over Baylor. I
Yeah.
get that. And so I was like, oh, wow, like you at least have his legs. Watching these past couple weeks, he doesn't have the vision to pick out the running lanes
Yeah.
and like the knowledge of when to run. He's become a guy that is more content to sit in the pocket and get sacked after 4 seconds than run.
Yeah. You got to go to Missouri. Bo Perbula can run.
Yeah.
Play Tennessee and Joey Aguilar. That's a home game, which is nice. JP pointed out they have to go to October. LSU at home. I think they'll win that game. And then you have to play Oklahoma at home. And if Mateer's back, Mateer's fully healthy, Mateer can very easily carry that Oklahoma team to a win. So I'm gonna sell on Alabama making.
Then, if you don't mind, pick 2 to make the SEC championship.
Well, then I got to look at schedule. Okay,
Off the cuff.
Off the cuff.
To be
Off
fair,
the-
I won't hold you
I'll
to
pick
it.
2 as well.
Okay. Oklahoma. I still really like Oklahoma.
Sure.
If you said Mateer is expected to be back by Red River rivalry.
He would not be 100%, but yes.
Okay. Oklahoma.
He won't have thrown, I don't think, a football until the Friday before.
That's like the day before.
Yeah.
But he's throwing football all his life.
True.
Come on now.
Yeah. It's like riding a bike. You never forget. Oklahoma, and then just because I'll say Ole Miss because they're already 3-0 in the SEC. They just have a huge lead, and a lot less. They have a lot more room for air. I don't know. They've got an advantage in the fact that they are 3-0 in the SEC. So I'll say those 2 teams, Oklahoma and Ole Miss.
Sure. I'm going to buy because I agree the back part of their schedule is daunting, but you're in the SEC, whose isn't. And we already talked about it on the show. JP mentioned it. The teams in the SEC championship are going to have some losses.
Yep.
So I loved what I saw yesterday, and they won one of their biggest tests. So I'll take Bama to make it. And if I had to pick another team, it's really tough. But honestly, give me Georgia.
Yeah, I'm buying and I'm taking Bama, Georgia as well. I think those are the 2 teams that'll be in the SEC championship once again. They've got what they need, at least from a schedule perspective. Georgia has the breaks where all their games are at home.
Yeah. And you've
then-
already played potentially your 2 toughest games.
Yeah, and Bama's road games are Cocktober, but South Carolina's look bad. Kind of were in a game with Kentucky. And the Iron Bowl, they're just not losing. So then if you just can win at Missouri, which I think they should, they just won at Georgia, then I think they'll be right there. Even if they were to slip up at home against Oklahoma, I think it's Bama, Georgia. Georgia is a 1-loss SEC team, and I think Bama's undefeated in the SEC with 1 loss at Florida State.
He's bought into Bama. I love it. Now we'll say this, and they'll go lose to Vandy this weekend.
Yeah, no, I don't think they lose to
I don't think
Vanderbilt
so
this
either.
weekend. I think Diego Pavia gets wrecked. But I buy.
If it wasn't a revenge game for Bama, I'd feel a lot better about
Sure.
this iteration of Vandy like being frisky in Tuscaloosa.
No one wins at Tuscaloosa,
But
though.
yeah, and they are pissed about last year still, I'm sure. So, all right, next one. Dr. Shin will have Mateer ready for the Texas game.
Buy.
I will also buy.
I can confirm via sources.
Via
Yeah,
source.
Not just sources.
Okay. I'm just saying setbacks could happen. Maybe he goes to pick up that football Friday to throw, and it hurts too much. I don't know.
I mean, I think they'd give him steroids.
Yeah.
And
Good-
also
good
it
point.
helps a ton that he's playing. Well, actually, it got moved back to 2:30, which there was a huge conspiracy theory of, since it's at 2:30, well, that means he gets an extra 2.5 hours to recover than the noon
Yeah.
game.
I don't think that's how that
But
works.
I
Whoa,
think-
they're playing on Sunday now.
Yeah, I think it helps though that it's not like late at night, so he's still the wrist I think hits the equilibrium point of being warm
Sure.
during the day before it gets cold that night. So he's gonna be ready though, I think.
Yeah, I think
First source says.
I think he's going to play. Now it may not go well.
Yeah.
but he's gonna play. The memes were good this week. I had to include it. Hugh Freeze gets fired after the season, or fired. He could get fired during the season, but he just will not be the head coach for Auburn next season. His buyout's about $17 million. I looked it up pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
Buy or sell?
I after this, can I if I buy, do I win if he gets fired in the season?
Yeah, that's what I kind of meant it. Like, as long as he is not, you're buying that Hugh Freeze
There's
will
a
not be
new-
Auburn's coach next season.
Yeah, I will buy Hugh Freeze not
he
being
could get
Auburn's head
fired
coach
next
year.
week, and you would
Yeah.
cash in the stock. I guess.
Yes, I will also buy. Or not also.
Well,
I'm
I'm buying.
Okay, cool. Jack's buying. I'm buying.
I'm buying as well. Their next 2 games, they host Georgia and Missouri, and I think once they lose those 2 games at home, he'll get fired.
I was kind of surprised to check and see his buyout being only $17 million. I kind of expect to look and be like, well, I thought they were going to fire him, but like this buyout is pretty scary. $17 million in this day and age is really not that bad, and it's no lump sum payment like Kentucky's $40 million either. So I think that's a fairly easy buy. They're not moving in the right direction at all. It'd take a miracle for that to turn around.
I threw one on
Yeah,
here
I
at
like
the
it.
end.
It's a good one.
I might want to change it to UCLA goes 0-12. Because if you look at their schedule, it's rough.
I kind of like this one though because we can talk about other bad Power 4 teams.
Okay, that's cool.
But if I had to buy or sell,
UCLA to go 0-12.
Who's
They're
their-
currently 0-4.
they're going 0-12.
They have to play Penn State at home.
The worst team they played.
They go to Michigan State, Maryland at home, at Indiana, Nebraska at home, at Ohio State, Washington at home, and at USC.
Maryland's their easiest game.
Maryland is their easiest game. I think that I would buy UCLA to go 0-12.
Yeah, and
I don't think I would buy UCLA to go.
I feel like
0-12.
if you buy that, you have to buy that they're the worst Power 4 team.
Yeah, that is the thing we're buying and selling right now. Is UCLA is the worst Power 4 team.
Which I'm trying to think of other teams I throw in contention. To be honest, 'cause I was like, I want to be able to talk about other teams. Kentucky.
But Kentucky's got wins. I mean, UCLA doesn't even have that.
Yeah, I think Kentucky would beat UCLA pretty handily because pretty much everyone beats UCLA pretty handily.
Every other Power 4 team has a win.
Yeah, I'll say they're the worst Power 4 team. Is Bad Bunny actually at the Super Bowl?
Is that what's being
Live in the
confirmed?
chat via Abby.
That's not what my source had a week ago.
I don't know who is Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny to headline the Super Bowl halftime show per USA Today, E! News, the New York Times,
I think they announced it at halftime of this game.
and Rolling Stone.
Bad Bunny did appear on the screen, so that would make sense. I just wasn't
Yeah.
paying any attention because, I'm locked into what we're doing. I'm trying to.
Yeah, UCLA. I'm looking at other bad teams. Oklahoma State. Maybe there's an argument they got to win. I don't know who their win is over.
They are the best team I think we've thrown out so far, but I still would pretty comfortably take UCLA. Not Penn State to be the worst Power 4 team.
Oklahoma State's win is over UT Martin.
Yeah,
That's a big one.
yeah.
Skyhawks, I believe.
Yes.
I mean, UCLA's they played New Mexico and UNLV. They did not play an FCS team, I don't think.
Correct.
Sure.
How many they played?
I mean, they
8.
play 9 conference games.
9 conference games in Utah, UNLV, and New Mexico. So I mean, they didn't schedule an FCS team, which kind of hurts them because UT Martin is an FCS.
I'm
team.
not sure they would beat an FCS team.
I think they.
It depends on which one you schedule. If you schedule Alcorn State,
Yeah,
if you schedule,
Nico would probably look like Peyton Manning against Alcorn State.
what's your boy Quasi
Gilmore?
He probably would look like Megatron.
Megatron. That's exactly what I was going to say. That's funny. Calvin Johnson. Yeah, I'm buying that they're the worst Power 4 team, and I'm also buying that they will go 0-12.
Did you officially buy or sell, JP?
I'll buy that they're the worst Power 4 team, but I think they win a game.
You think they beat Maryland at home?
I think that would probably be the most likely win is.
Okay.
But maybe like USC just drops the bag.
No way.
I mean, it's completely possible.
I'm adding UCLA.
It's-
UCLA goes 0-12.
I mean,
is the
USC.
second.
I'm
Lincoln
not
Riley
buying
hasn't
that
had him.
one.
Are you buying UCLA? Are you buying them to go 0-12?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Why not?